Hey guys, Jason with CV Customs. Today we got an 03 Dodge. It's Cummins. So I started my YouTube channel, CV Customs, doing automotive restoration. This is actually what I do daily, is diesel repair. So I'm going to show you something, how I check an engine. So what happened with this guy? Turbo went out. Turbo went out, sucked up all the oil. Exhaust pipe spewing oil. Then the engine tried to start running on its own oil. So I'm going to show you guys how I check an engine to decide whether or not it needs to be rebuilt, or we can flush it, put another turbo on it, and run it. Now, keep in mind, you do something like that, it's going to take a little while to burn the oil out of the muffler because the muffler is full. So that's where we'll get started. I'll show you guys how we diagnosed it, told you what the symptoms were. Oil coming out of the muffler, smoking really bad, no oil in the engine. Pull the intake tube, you can see the turbo, a lot of play on the shaft. I'll show you that. That tells you turbo's bad. The engine was still running, so it might be savable. We'll find out in a minute. So I'm going to get the hood open and I'll start showing you guys what we're looking at. Okay, we're walking up to the truck here. Get the hood open. It's not the shortest truck, so again, you can see all we did was take the tube from the air cleaner to the turbo, take it off, and this is going to get a little sideways, guys. I'm really sorry about that, but it's the only way to really get in here. Let me see if I can show you guys. See the play? I know it's real difficult with my hand. Okay. Again, sorry about the angle, guys. It's an awkward place to get to. So that's what you do. You just take that little shaft, and if it moves at all, turbo's shot. You got to replace it. Not a big deal. Turbo's not a big job. A few bolts there, some oil lines, replaced. Problem is, turbo uses the oil from the engine, sucked all the oil out of the engine. Right now, when we check our dipstick, there's no oil on the dipstick. So, what I've decided to do to start, the first thing we need to do is we got to dump what oil is in the engine. So, the way I'm going to do this, I don't think there's much oil because it's not even on the dipstick. So, I got a few of these. I know it may look a little, it's just used, but it's super clean. We got our acetone out and cleaned it up because we want to make sure we know what's in there. Got 3 or 4 of these. I'm just going to collect the oil as we go, slide underneath, and get it done. So, I'm going to get that drop. You guys don't have to watch me do that. Throw that under there, start dropping the oil, and I'll show you what comes out. Okay, guys, we're going to jump underneath here. Got our bucket in place. And our wrench. Oh, man. Sweet. Let's see how much oil actually comes out of this thing. Now, watching our bucket as it fills up, I may have to plug it again. But this is also going to tell us how many quarts of oil were actually left. And everybody knows diesel takes a lot. It's looking pretty good. That wouldn't make me comfortable if that's all that was in my truck. Okay, we're going to get this thing out of here. We'll take a look at it. Okay, so I didn't want to move it because as soon as I move it, you're not really going to be able to see how much oil was in there. That is all that was in this engine. So that's not a good thing. But see, as soon as I move it, it starts doing that. Now you can't tell anything anymore until you let it set, let everything run down. And anyways, we're going to get it out and take a look at it. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do, we got just a paint strainer. we want to see what kind of materials in the strainer after we filter all the oil, which wasn't much. We'll dump it in here and then you'll see. We'll see what comes out. You want to hold it?
Can I just hold it like this over the big one?
If he's just going to hold it, we're just going to dump it in the big one.
All right, yeah.
It'll be all right. I kind of thought I was going to do this alone. Then I got a happy helper.
I'll get you later.
Feel free to fast forward if you guys want, but I want to record the whole thing, so fast forwarding is fine right now.
Oh man, I've never seen nothing like that before. Oil in a paint strainer.
Oil in a paint strainer. You see the shavings already?
Yeah. I actually could have done a cooler experiment. You know, stick a magnet in a bag and just stick it in there and swirl it around.
A lot of the parts are aluminum, the bearings and things like that, so you're not really going to pick much up with a magnet.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck, but okay, let's see if we can actually show this. Okay, I'm not sure if that's going to be super visible, but we do have metallic shavings inside. So what we'll end up doing is we'll save this paint strainer for the customer. The big thing is we want to let them know.
Here, stick it back in there so it can just drip for a while.
Yeah. We want to let them know what we actually found, because we can put a new turbo on it. If you get OEM, an OEM turbo is like $1,800 list price. And even if you have a reseller's license where you can get a little bit of a break on it, you're still looking at about $1,500 OEM. I understand there's all kinds of aftermarket stuff out there, but you're looking at a lot of money, and you need to know what you're dealing with. The customer's going to make the call. I can't make that call for them because it's their money, but they need to know what their engine was doing, and they need to understand this is all the oil that we pulled out of it. So now I'll show you the rest of the truck. All right, I just had a kind of a little thought here. I went and grabbed some acetone. So now what I think I'm going to do is rinse this out and see if we can't see the metal a little better. I can see it pretty well here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I thought it might make it a little easier to do here. Oh wow, there's actually a chunk, man. Okay. Again, not sure if you can see all that, but there's a lot of junk in there. Okay, well, save it for the customer. Okay, guys, so again, that's what the oil looked like. I'm still going to pull the valve cover, but honestly, I know it was still running. I don't think anything's actually broken there. You guys already saw the metal shavings that actually came out of the engine, but I'll also show you what the muffler looks like because it's kind of a telltale sign. But see the oil? That's all engine oil. So a lot of the oil that's missing is it's in that muffler. So even when this thing, if it gets rebuilt or whatever, it's going to smoke like crazy till it burns it out. That's just what's going to happen. So, all right, guys, I'll let you guys know what the customer says.